Bit of a scenery change right now. I'm currently at work and in front of me I have the rear frame out of my VS SS. If you watched the previous video, you would have seen me remove this from the car. The whole reason for it is because there is a tiny little hairline crack on this rear frame. So I'm here at work today and I'm going to weld the crack up. I've also got these laser cut plates that I'll be welding in. I'll get to that a bit later. My plan for the hairline crack is to V it out using this little belt sander so I can build it up with a nice thick weld. Let's get stuck in. That's the crack all V'd out now. I ended up using a clean and strip wheel to clean off all the surrounding old paint so it welds up all nice. No idea how long that crack was there for in my rear frame, but in a matter of minutes it is gone. I am super stoked with how that has all turned out. Can't even tell there was a crack there. What I used was this big belt sander to get into the curve here to clean up my welds. Super handy tool. Yeah, while I was there I was looking at some of these factory welds that have been done on the rear frame, obviously in the Holden factory. Pretty nasty. So I might go around later and clean all those up. With that hairline crack all welded up, it is time to move on to these laser cut plates that I've got. I was put onto a company called Stick This. They offer an incredible range of decals for any model Holden. They even have dealership decals, so you can actually replace the original Holden dealership decals for where your Holden was bought, which I think is a pretty cool idea. They also offer these plates. Now these plates are designed for IRS repair kits. So it's pretty common on a Holden that the frame will crack around where the diff mounts. So that's what these are designed for, to weld onto there to strengthen up those mounting points. The kit comes with a full instruction guide on how to weld the plates in. These are the two plates. One will go there like so, and the other one will go there. There will be a bit of manipulation just to get them to fit in nicely. As you can see, the cradle actually has a bit of a curve to it, whereas this plate nice and straight. The plan of attack that I have is to tack weld it in and then allow the heat to disperse over the metal and bend it down and clamp it down into place before I weld the sides. Because it's about 5mm thick plate, you're going to want a pretty strong welder. I feel like the instructions are super easy enough that anyone can follow along. Being a structural part of the car, I recommend being confident with the welder. I'm going to go ahead now, clean up the areas I need to weld, put some weld through primer on any of the bare metal. Let's get stuck in. So I've prepped everything ready to start welding. I've got my weld through primer on my frame, just on the bare metal areas in behind. That's, yeah, panel beater things. Now the instructions said to get these plates locked in as close as possible to where the diff bolts will mount. Pretty much don't need any gap in between the two. I got this longer piece clamped in really nicely. This one, however, gave me a lot of grief. I ended up having to shave a lot of material off in some corners there just to get it to fit in nicely. I'm a lot happy with how it sits now compared to when I first sat it in. Also, just looking at the way it's locked in, as I tack weld it in place, I'm not too sure if I'm gonna get enough heat in the material to like hammer it down and get it to meet up with the trailing arm mount here. I do have an oxy nearby, so if it comes down to it, I'm just gonna heat up the materials and bend it down into place because yeah, they're pretty strong. So yeah, let's get tack welding and see how we go. That's one side done. I'm really stoked with how it's turning out so far, but I must admit it feels funny because I'm so used to welding panel steel and I've got to be so careful of like heat distortion on the panel. It's really nice to just run some fat beads and not worry about distorting a panel. Let's flip it over and attack the other side now. Second plate welded in now. I had to build it up in a few areas where it wasn't quite meeting up nicely. But yeah, got there in the end. Now to flip it over because I've got to weld from underneath. So here's what it's looking like from underneath. I've got to run beads along all this edge here. Gonna clean up this as well, but I'm gonna run a bead all the way along there. And then we're finished welding. I ended up putting this board down because I was welding a bit too close to the panel stand and I thought I might end up catching it on fire. But I managed to successfully weld top and bottom these plates in. Super stoked. So now it's time to neaten up my welds a bit and clean up any slag that's on the frame. Let's get this finished. Had to stop myself there because I was getting a bit too carried away. I was kind of on a bit of a mission trying to make it look like there were no plates welded in it at all. I suppose that's a bit of the panel beater in me trying to make it look like it's all seamless. A bit more fussy underneath with the welds and cleaning those up, just because that's what you're going to see first. I made sure the edge, you can't tell that there's a second plate welded onto it, and then I just sort of knocked the top off the welds on the top of the frame because you're not really going to see those. Also went over in a couple of areas and cleaned off some of the old factory splatter. So the final step, and that's drilling 15mm holes, 4 of them, for the diff mounts. I've got a bolt here just to make sure we got the right sizing, and also you need to trial fit the bolt just to make sure it clears the welds on top as well. So what the instructions say is to start off slowly with a 15mm drill bit just to mark a point, and then go through with a pilot hole. When I'm drilling through thick steel, I always like to start off with a pilot hole. I then work my way up in drill sizes until I get to the one I need. In this case, the 15mm. Rather than jumping straight for the 15, I find working my way up in drill sizes and slowly making the hole bigger and bigger. That way you don't burn out the drill bit. So now that I got my pilot hole marked, I'm gonna go ahead and drill it and go from there. So let's get this done. You wouldn't believe it, but my drill went flat. And it's the one I use at home, so I didn't bring the charger with me. Looks like it's my workmate's drill to the rescue. Thank you, Jimmy. Grind down a bit more weld in this groove here just to get the bolt to sit nice and flat. Yeah, it was hitting the weld before it was hitting the frame now. And it's pretty cool, the factory bolt still fits perfectly. So now I'm going to put some 1K on all my bare metal areas, and that will do. That's the rear frame all done. I'm really stoked with how that all turned out. My next step now for the frame is to go send this off to powder coat. So I thought I would drop in a sneak peek of the next episode because I have just picked up my freshly powder coated rear frame. I'm super wrapped with how it's all turned out. Pretty much can't even really tell that I've welded in these plates, which is the look that I was chasing. Wanted to show you what the whole finished product all looked like. If you're in need of repairing the rear frame on your Commodore, then I highly suggest check out the Stick This website. All the instructions were super easy to follow. It's even worth doing if you just want to strengthen up where your diff mounts. Hopefully you found this video useful, and if you're keen to see me put everything back together on the frame and get the frame back in the car, then feel free to stick around to the next episode. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next one.